We go. All right. Hey, you guys, I'm Lauren Duke. And if we want to give stats and everything, I've been a coach for, gosh, it'll be 6 years next summer. So 5.5 years. And I'm the founder of Team Made to Thrive. Stephanie Richardson is my coach. We went to college together. I dated her brother. I may have kissed him. I'm just saying. I became a coach 5.5 years ago. And in that time, it's changed my life. I've been a top 10 coach. I've hit superstar diamond. Our team is now going to be elite for the 5th time. What did I say? I said brother, right? Oh my gosh, I hope I said brother. Not mother. 5th time. We just hit that this past week. So that's super exciting. And, when Stephanie asked me to speak to you guys, I was like, do you have a topic in mind? And she goes, well, if we're going to be honest, I want to know how you went from 37 elite points to elite. Because if you're not sure what that means, over the course of the year, if you want to become an elite coach, there are a lot of parameters that you have to check off, a lot of boxes. And one of them is that you and your team have to earn a minimum of 135 points mixed within various categories. It's all about team growth. It's about new coaches. It's about belief. It's about mentoring. It's about Success Club. But it's also a lot to do with leadership. And that's what I'm really going to hone in on with you guys. A couple of weeks ago at Leadership, we got to hear from Michael Folsom, and she said her talk was called Do Your Crap. And the little logo or the thing for their team is a toilet paper roll to be funny, do your crap. And so she said that was just kind of her mantra with her team. Don't complain, don't question, just do your crap. And so mine is a little bit different because Micah and I work with the same gentleman, Josh Coates. And so a lot of the things that she shared are the things that I've adopted on our team and personally. And mine's called Own Your Crap. So the reason I'm calling it that is for what I'm about to share with you guys. So this past summer, we're sitting in Stephanie's little apartment that she had at Summit. And she was bringing up a couple people. If you wanted to get your hair and makeup done for various events, for stage appearances, for elite, whatever, she had a couple of people up there, and anybody was welcome to come have their hair and makeup done if you paid for it. She wasn't paying for everybody. But I remember sitting there and listening to various coaches talk about, I have all my points. I'm golden. And for the first time in our business, in my lifetime as a coach, I couldn't say that. And it hit me really hard because I had pretty much given up. I had allowed myself, I wasn't even looking in my Coach Online office anymore. I wasn't checking up on people. I wasn't reminding. I was just one of those, I was like, you know what? I'm having a really hard year. And so I'm going to take a step back and I'm going to give myself a mental break. But what was happening was it wasn't just affecting me, it was affecting my entire team. Whether they wanted to say it or not, it was affecting everybody on our team for the leader to take a break. Even if I was doing all of the on paper stuff, hitting Success Club, showing up, posting, my mind and my heart were not in it. And so as I sat there and I listened to those ladies share, I've already got my points, I just need the coaches, I was defeated. And at that time, I was like, you know what, it's just not going to happen this year. I just need to resign and be resolved that it's just not that year for me, and I need to just own it. I need to be okay with it. I need to have a different goal. And so, I talked to Stephanie, I talked to a couple other people, and they were having a bad year, and they were setting different goals, and I just could not find a good goal for myself. Because you know what was irking me? Was we are an elite freaking team. And I was not about to let that go. So I want to make sure that I stick with my notes because I'm known to go off on tangents. I started to question, so what's the difference in them? What are they doing differently? What are they doing that I'm not? And you know what it was? And I've already said it once. It was belief. And I had given up on belief. I thought that my personal circumstances, our family's woes, were too much because that's what everybody else was telling us. Oh, that is too much for one person to handle. Anybody else would have just crumbled and given up. It's okay, Lauren. It's okay. But the more I thought about it, it wasn't okay with me. That's not who I am. It's not who I want to be. It's not the leader I want to be. It's not the kind of mentor. It's not the kind of parent. Nothing was adding up to me. So I'm going to get to my point. I promise you. Like I said, I was going through the motions, but I did not have purposeful action steps. I was just throwing stuff against the wall and praying it stuck. That was it. I didn't know why I was doing things anymore. I was questioning everything in our business. I was questioning the way I ran. I was scared to have conversations. People would message me and I would not get back to them because I was paralyzed. What was going on? What was I doing to myself? And so after Summit, I made a decision. But first, let me tell you about our year. Dun, dun, dun. I'm going to put you right on hold right there. Here's what had happened this year and why I could have very well used my past or what we were going through as a very legitimate excuse. And after listening to a lot of people this year, it sounds like a lot of you maybe have similar excuses, similar reasons for not hitting goals or not even making goals. And so let me just tell you, my husband was gone for the entire year for 2016. He was gone for 365 days. And in that time, we have 2 teenagers, 2 dogs. We moved ourselves, me, closed on a house, bought a house, and ran this business from home while dealing with a teenage daughter who is really pushing the boundaries and a son who just doesn't like any kind of confrontation and life and friendships and trying to fit in a community that is not where we've grown up and not where we've lived very long. There's that. So my husband came home and you have to get to know one another again. It's like starting over. And I didn't understand what that was really going to look like or what that was going to mean for my family. But we very quickly realized we needed to go to marriage counseling. And I haven't told anybody this, you guys, but I realized that I'm not the only person here. I didn't know if we were going to make it. Neither of us did because we had so many things we hadn't talked about for too long that were now in our faces after literally not being able to talk for a year. There was not one solid conversation. And then with all of the resentment I was harboring, with all of the stuff going on with our kids and wanting to raise them different ways, we did not see eye to eye on anything. So we sat there with therapists and screamed and yelled at each other, and then we'd walk out and try to make it work for a week until we saw the therapist again. Meanwhile, trying to figure out how to parent these kids. And then my husband says, I really don't like our house. I'd like to move. I was like, oh my gosh, we just moved in. Okay. So there was a lot going on. In May, a very dear friend of my daughter's, we started to kind of heal and get through the end of the school year and everything's going well. We're all happy. And then a dear friend of my daughter's committed suicide. She was the last person that he spoke to. And that wrecked us because there are certain things your children should not have to deal with, and this is one of them. And so dealing with a child who is, really struggling, a marriage that's struggling, a household that is hurting, where does business fit into this? Where do I flip that switch and get online and be all happy? How do you do that? Because I don't know how to do that. And so I get that we have stuff, and I get that it's really hard to get on social media and be positive and also respect your family and not share every dark, deep secret that you're going through. I did not know how to rationalize the two. No clue. So that's where I was struggling. So, Summit, back to where I was. I had allowed all of that past to keep me from doing anything because I was so paralyzed, so frozen, didn't know where to turn. So after Summit, I had to make a decision. And the biggest thing that I decided was to own my crap. I knew that something wasn't working, but I didn't know what. And I was willing to make a change and I was willing to figure it out. So none of those things that I mentioned before should have kept me from going after what I knew was achievable and I know is achievable. Absolutely not. Because I can control those things. I can't really control a lot of other things in my life. So I decided to control the controllable, and I decided to be successful. And don't misunderstand my meaning here. I'm not relating success with numbers. I'm not relating success with elite. I'm relating success with finding purpose and passion in what I was doing again, because I had lost it. And like I said, I was paralyzed. So I have 10 steps that I came up with. What was the first thing that I did? I got over my damn self. If you guys haven't read the book with us, we did a whole training on it. It is awesome. I decided to get out of my own way and get over my damn self and stop making excuses for life. Because life is going to happen every single day. But I get to choose how I respond and relate to it. Number 2, I humbled myself, admitted I don't have all the answers, and I did it to my team. I went live. I was broken. I apologized. And I just let them know that I'm a real person, that I'm flawed, that I need help just like everybody else, and that I am sorry that I had been so pulled back for so long. And it allowed walls to break down. It allowed us to connect. It allowed them to see me as a person, a mom, a wife, someone who struggles like them. And I also stopped being scared to call myself a Beachbody coach. Whatever stereotype I had attached to that was my own crap, and there's absolutely no reason that I should not be loud and proud for being a Beachbody coach and for sharing that every stinking chance that I get. On social media, in person, everybody else is so excited to share everything they have. Why are we not? And why do we get so clammed up when people ask us what we do? So I practiced my little elevator speech and what I would say to people. Number 3, I shared my goals with my team. I decided I am asking you guys to have these big, scary goals, your big whys that make you just cry. And what about me? I have these things that I want to share with you, but I don't want you to think I'm selfish. I don't want you to think all I care about is recognition, because I want you to understand that when our team goes for elite, that means the entire team grows. The belief grows in all of us, that we work together for a goal, that we're celebrating new people hitting diamond, new people with big goals. I want you to see that one little title isn't just one little title. It's everything that it takes to achieve that. And so I made this huge post with pictures and with the coaches on our team that I knew were working on big goals, and I included everybody. And I was like, you guys, this is my goal for each one of you guys to step up and believe in yourself and go after your goals. And I want us to be an elite team. I have to admit, at the time that I made that post, I was like, you know what? I don't think it's happening. I still lacked belief, but I wanted to be a leader and show that you still show up even when you're not quite certain, and you do the stuff to work towards your goals. Number 4, I shut down toxic groups and I started fresh. A lot of things really distract us and they keep us from focusing, and we can really fall prey to scrolling the news feed or being sucked in by someone else's negativity. And I just learned to shut that down. I'm just saying it. Shut that crap down. And it was okay. And it didn't hurt anybody's feelings. And I said, I just got to do this for me. And that's okay. Because you have to be your own best advocate, and you have to be willing to do the hard things in order for you to move on, because nobody else is going to do that stuff for you. Number 5, I didn't care if others didn't understand, and I started taking time to unplug and read and schedule in peaceful time to do fun stuff, because I stopped doing that. And I was so engrossed in just sitting there and working, but not really working, that I'd forgotten to take a break and read a novel or go outside or go to the park or schedule a lunch. Simple things that I'd forgotten to do. Number 6, I worked with the willing. I think one of the smartest things that I've ever done is when I identify people who want to grow, I pull them aside. and I hone in on them. I start chat groups with about 10 to 15 people. That would be the max in most little chat groups of people who are working on similar goals and need to be surrounded by people who are running. I called one of them Diamond Darlings because all these ladies said, I want to go for Diamond. And so it's metamorphosized. Some people have hit Diamond. Some people are super close, but we're in there cheering one another on. I also have a mastermind group, the leadership on our team, and I have FaceTime, Zoom time calls with them, and I share with them the stuff that I am learning on my one-on-one with Josh Coates. I'm going to talk about that in a second. So I think it's really important that when you identify the people within your organization with whom you want to work, you give them a little bit more attention because they deserve it, they need it, and you will only have a deeper relationship with them and grow stronger with those people if you invest in them. That's how you pop diamonds. That's how you groom leaders. That's how you get deeper and deeper in your organization, period. Number 7, I asked for help and I invested back in my team. One thing I did, and I said I was going to talk about in a second, was I reached out to Josh Coates. I had seen a few of my friends have really great success working with him one-on-one, and I didn't know what it would cost to work with him. And I budgeted it in. I made it happen. Yeah, it hurts a little bit, but I would rather see the payoff and celebrate that than just sit there and still not have what I'm about to share with you guys that I've shared with my team, that I challenge them to do. And it takes an investment in you. It takes asking for help. It takes work. We could stop the call right here. The way you get from 37 points to elite is work with a U. And you make it happen. You just do it. Okay, but I'll keep going. I was just kidding. I'm going to talk about Josh in just a minute. Number 8, I got back to team calls and building relationships. I got back to reaching out. I got back to commenting on my coaches' pictures, calling them out, being on our team page, going live, doing all the things that people are like, oh, I don't want to do that. It takes 5 seconds. You can do everything from your phone. You can show you have a real life when you're out at the grocery store and you're like, I just wanted to make a quick video for you guys. You know, show who you are. Doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to have makeup on. Doesn't have to have the perfect lighting. No, it just has to be you. Because these people are not going to connect with a cardboard Barbie. They want to connect with you. And so I got over my damn self, number 1, back to 1 all the time. And I did the stuff that everybody tells us to do. All the checklists that I'm like, pumping out to my team, but never actually doing myself. And so I was more visible. I was more relatable. I was more present. All of those things that I had forgotten to do. And I made excuses. And my team was like, oh, absolutely. We totally understand. Well, that's crap. Because I wouldn't understand. I wouldn't understand for too long. Because this is our job. This is what we love doing. And what we do here affords us the opportunity to be home, to go to counseling, to be present with our kids, and do all those things that I was talking about. I can't imagine going through this year if I'd had a 9-to-5 job. No way. But I was here, I was present, and that's because I'm a coach. And I'll get off my soapbox. Number 9, jumped into leadership roles. I asked, I want to be on the sneak peek. I want to be involved in that. You're doing a small group. I want to be involved in that. I didn't wait for someone to invite me. I jumped back into doing things that I knew would benefit my team, because anything I was involved in, I was sharing with them. Anything that someone shared with me, I'm sharing with my team. Constantly, constantly, constantly. Nothing we have is just for us. It's an open door, an open forum, and what we do and give to others only makes us stronger. And number 10, I own my crap. Because I'm going to show you in a minute that I was hitting Success Club 10, 15, 20, 25, all of those things. But there was nothing else really coming from it. Nothing. I was doing it just to hit my Success Club points and move on. And that sounds horrible, but I'm pretty sure a lot of us do that too. Because Beachbody's given us a goal, and it's all related to Success Club points. But I wanted to be better than that. I wanted to be more than that. I wanted to get back to really investing in and loving and caring for people. And so I'm going to show you what Josh gave to me to do every single day. A daily tracker. But before I show you that, I know I'm just all like, dun, dun, dun. Like I said, daily posting in groups, daily going live, daily investing in the team, daily doing personal development. And I don't mean like a little app that, talks to you for 5 seconds. I mean, sitting down and reading and really thinking about what did I learn from this and then sharing it. That was my first post of the day. So it held me accountable to my personal development. I had to sit down in my spot, get quiet with my Energize, with my book. And I read and highlighted and did everything. And then I had something to go live with. I had something to write about. I had something that spoke to me. But I'm constantly looking for something that means something to me and putting my own twist on it. I'm making 20 graphics at once so I can share them later. Any kind of downtime you have, use it. Any kind of opportunity you have to learn, to grow, to share, take notes, take pictures, come back to it. We're constantly able to use our life experiences in business and parallel everything. And the other thing I did, I used every single opportunity that Beachbody gave us. Yes, Elite is a team-wide goal, but when Beachbody says we will give you 10 Elite points if you hit Success Club 20, and you can put them in any category you want, you better believe I was getting those 20 points. Because with volume down, I'm looking at the paper, I'm looking at the Elite report, and I'm like, there's no way we're going to do it if I just coast. I have to take every opportunity that I'm given and make the most of it and not just brush it aside. So there were 2 months where Beachbody allowed us to earn 5 or 10 Elite points. If you hit Success Club 10, they would give you 5 Elite points to put in any category where you needed it. Well, I knew I needed it in the team volume category because we were not going to surpass last year's volume. No way. So I knew exactly where that was going. Then they offered again in October. That was it. That was the bump we needed. Now, how we went from 37 points to beyond the 135 in just 4.5 months is a lot of faith, a lot of God, a lot of prayer, and a lot of work. You can just put that on a t-shirt and market it. But I'm going to show you the tracker that Josh gave to me, that I gave to my team. And it's not your normal tracker. And you might say, oh my gosh, it's a lot. Yeah, it is. But how badly do you want to grow? How badly do you want to succeed? How much work really is it to do the things on this tracker? I mean, really? Hold on, I'll show you. So he made it all pretty. He made it on our team colors. It was super sweet. I'm not going to show you that one yet. So every day, Monday through Sunday, first you start with affirmations and personal development. You come up with your own. But here's just some examples. I am worthy of growth. I am worthy of financial freedom. I am worthy of the people who are going to come into my organization. And speak that to yourself. And I'm not a new agey, person. I believe that positive affirmations work. We give them to our kids. We need to give them to ourselves. We encourage and we lift others up. We need to do the same for ourselves and speak light and love and positivity and truth back into ourselves. So on Monday, yes, workout, check, Shako, check. That's easy, right? Done. I'm already rocking today. Add 5 people to your network. These are people from groups. These are people who have liked your posts. These are new people. Don't do what I did and put the same people every day. I used to do that. Totally calling myself out here. Invite 10 new people. So adding people is like, we are friends. We are awesome. Invite 10 people to a challenge group, to coaching. And it can't just be all challenge group. So be real with yourself. 5 and 5, 8 and 2. Invite people. People are not going to know about this opportunity unless someone invites them and shares with them. And it better be you giving your personal story, because if it's not you, it's going to be somebody else. And give them the real stuff. Give them the real thing that Beachbody has meant to you. Your story, your life, how your life has changed. What's better? Follow up with 10 people. If you're inviting 10 people a day, that's 70 people in a week. So you can follow up with 10 people every day too. And you see how the snowball effect starts and keeps rolling and keeps rolling. Engage your team. Okay, this forces me to go back into my team and say, what's up, guys? How y'all doing? What you doing? How's everybody? Have a theme for the week. Have a theme for each day. Go live. Do a Monday memo. Do a Friday flex. We do handstands. We flex. We're crazy. And I like to share my personal development stuff with them too. Same thing. They're people. They're not just part of your team that now you just kick to the curb and say sink or swim. They are your most amazing teammates. They're sharing the company's policies, and they're sharing the heart, and they're sharing everything. So we need to invest back into our team. Engage your diamond group. Maybe you're like, I'm not a diamond yet. I don't care. Engage your teammates. Engage those people who are going to be diamond, your runners, your diamond darlings, your mastermind group. Talk to those people. Check in with them. That's a different conversation sometimes than your team. Expand your network. We're talking Instagram. We're talking any kind of other platform that you need to just stretch out on. Try something new. Ashlyn Mitchell has showed me stories, and Joey Bowen has shown me different things on Instagram. I love it. It's fun. Try new things. Personal development, check. Affirmations, check. Affirmations was never filled out for the first 2 months, and I was yelled at by Josh Coates. But now I understand the importance of it. Now, let's keep going. We're still on our daily tracker. This is where it gets pretty awesome, because this is the part that I was missing, and that I think that a lot of us miss in our own tracking our behaviors. He gave me a goal, and we would talk about it because we meet twice a week. What is your monthly Success Club goal? Well, I put 20, and then I wanted to add 8 coaches a month. So we're talking hitting Success Club 4 weekly and recruiting 2 coaches a week. So he had me track that. And a lot of times the number didn't move. And I could see why when I went back and looked at the behavior. This is something really cool. If you come to me or whomever is your mentor and you say, I just don't understand why it's not working, and you've been using the tracker, and we can identify holes in your organization where you're not inviting 10, following up, expanding your network, doing your personal development, you start to see why you're not growing, why you're not hitting goals, why you're not adding people. So it's good to track all these things. But then when you take it one step further, this is the part that I was missing, was breaking it down. Every day, let me just get this for you guys, sorry. On a scale of 1 to 10, this is you rating yourself. Nobody else sees this but you. So you can be brutally honest. On a scale of 1 to 10, how'd you do today on Monday? Why did you succeed? Why did you fail? What did you learn? And what did you accomplish every single day? What I found is that I'm really hard on myself. Even on the days where I was hitting Success Club, where I was checking all the boxes, where I was doing all of the steps, I was still putting a 5. And Josh had to say, whoa. Why are you rating yourself so low? You did everything. That's awesome. Give yourself a 9 or a 10. Love yourself enough to affirm yourself. Why did you succeed? Maybe no, because I sat in a quiet place. I set a timer. I didn't have any distractions. I had a list I was working from. Identify why you think you did so well, why you just rocked it out. Maybe you just got over it and removed the blinders. You finally said, I'm just going to sit down and knock this sucker out. Maybe you have a really big goal you're working towards. Why did you fail? This may be a trick question, because can you really fail if you show up every day? I kind of say I didn't. If I learned something, if I did all of those steps, if I succeeded in overcoming my own fears, then you can't fail. If you don't show up, if like all that column was zeros, you never checked them off, you never did anything, then yes, you kind of had a big donut for the day. Maybe you failed on hitting your goals that day, but you did not fail in the big picture. So you can interpret that the way you like. What did you learn? I was always learning something. And so write it down. And then what did you accomplish? So this was the self-evaluation that I really was lacking. And then there's more, because you're like, seriously, there's more? Every week, there's a weekly evaluation. Same thing. On a scale of 1 to 10, how did you do? What specific numbers did you produce? So it asks you to like get real. Did you hit your goals? Did you succeed or learn? There is no fail. I think you succeed when you learn. And you learn when you trip up. I can get all philosophical and get on my soapbox again, but you interpret that the way you want. It's really good for us to take a little evaluation of ourselves and see how we're doing. And not just keep doing the same thing over and over and repeating patterns that maybe are not good. Because that's what I was doing. And so how did our team grow so rapidly? First of all, we got rid of the toxicity, like I said. We started working with the willing. We broke everything down into goals, identifying the people who wanted to work, and then focused on them. We set goals for ourselves, we tracked them daily, and we let the chips fall where they may because we knew we were doing the work. Even if we're not awesome, even if volume was down, even if this has been a really, really hard year, it would have been so much harder for me if I had given up and done nothing these last 5 months, because I would have regretted that and probably resented my husband, found a way to blame him because I'm a human and I'm a woman, and that's not fair. And so I decided to own my crap. I decided to reach out to someone. I decided to ask for help and humble myself. And I decided to get back to writing lists, checking names, kicking butt and taking names. I'm going to say that too. Checking off lists, getting back to my system, doing all that stuff, continuing, and never stopped hitting Success Club 10, 15, 20. That will never change. But now there's a new focus in working with the people who want to be worked with, being present in my challenge groups and getting so excited about that. And working with my teammates to now, hey guys, you better be up on that stage with me next year. You better be hitting elite, because like Stephanie said, she's like, whatever you're learning, you need to teach your coaches how to hit elite in the 11th hour, how to do this stuff. But I don't want you to miss the very real thing is that you guys, we have so many opportunities that are given to us day in and day out to take a class, what happened to my hair just now? To take a class, to listen to a speaker, to sign up for Mel Robbins 30 days. Whoever told us that on our team, it might have been Amy Ackerson, I'm not sure. That was awesome. Every day, getting Mel Robbins in my face was just added PD when I'm driving. And I was like, oh my gosh, what the heck? Any opportunity you have to make you better, take it. Any opportunity that seems super freaking scary, like finding out that they're offering 10 elite points in the middle of October and then going, oh crap, I better hurry up because I'm not missing that. I'm going to make it happen. And just really getting stuff done. Because at the end of the month, at the end of the day, at the end of the week, you can look back and say, when you're using a tracker and when you're really honest with yourself, I did everything I could. Or could have done better. We can always do better. We can always learn from the past. But I loved something I read today, and I'll end with this and maybe take some questions just because it's still like, I plan to go like way longer, but I was pretty proud of myself right now. You can wear your past as shackles or as armor. I really hope you wear it as armor and not as something that holds you back and chains you down and becomes your excuse. Because you guys, that is a very, very dark place, and it will never, never, never allow you to move forward and hit goals. So, there you have it. I will share the tracker if Josh lets me. It's kind of like a thing he has with you guys. I know that we each have like a walking, running, jogging, or walking, jogging, runner tracker for different levels, but this was mine. You know, I was like, this is the one I gave my leaders, and I was like, I'm being held to this standard, so why should I not hold you to this standard? I'm no different than you. My goals are no different. We're all very capable. So this is what I do. If you want to be at the same level, if you want to be hitting the same goals, do this. Don't do the walker tracker. But that's up to you. There's no judgment. There's no, anything. I'm just saying, you got to decide. Is it that important to you? So I'm super excited that I got to share this with you guys and get a little personal. I will say that it has been a hell of a year for us. 2 suicides, because there was another one, and a lot of prayer, a lot of healing, a lot of time spent and just trying to put my family back together. But I'm stronger because of it, and even stronger because I didn't let that keep me down, So I think I needed the personal development and to go after goals in order to build my own strength. So Beachbody is more than just something we do as a hobby, or it's more than just pressing play on a fitness program. It's a lot of support, and it's a lot of growth, and it's a lot of inside growth, not so much outside. Outside's the cherry on top, but it's enormously huge for healing. And I refused to do personal development in the beginning, and you could tell. And now I feel like I'm a much more centered, much more peaceful, much more thoughtful person. And for whatever reason, that belief that I said I didn't have when I shared our goals with our team, it grew and grew and grew. And then I was like, there is no way we are not hitting elite. Absolutely not. Then it became like it's happening. I don't even know how, but it is. That is just putting your head down and working and believing that the actions you do, thank you, Connie, will get you there. At least get you a lot closer. So God bless you guys. I'm going to stay on for questions if you have any about the tracker or anything I shared. So you can unmute yourselves. Please don't everybody unmute themselves, but I will pause the recording and then get you guys a recording as soon as possible. So y'all are awesome.